What's going on, everyone? It's your boy SurgicalSnipes, back at it again with another Diablo Immortal video. What is going on, everyone? Today in this video I'm going to be explaining the ultimate Demon Hunter PvP build that you need to know if you want to be successful in the battlegrounds as a demon hunter. Alright? And who better to explain this than the evil demon hunter king himself? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's get right into it, okay? I'm gonna break it down in different sections here. Alright, first, as always, I always like to start with the gear. I always like to start off first, explain the builds with the gear. Okay, so what's the gear that I'm running here? We'll start with the Legos. The Legos that you want to start using, the legendary items that you want to start using, aka the Legos. Let's start from the top here. Okay. So what you're going to want to run here is shit, I forgot I have all this reservist gear that it doesn't show the name. It doesn't show the name of the fucking shit, so I forgot about that. I know most of the damn Lego names. You would think the evil demon hunter king would know all about the fucking Lego names by now. So it looks like we're gonna have to do it like this. Anyways, please hold while I figure out what the hell the Lego's called. Okay. Here it is here. This is called the False Manifesto. Alright, now what does the False Manifesto do? For your headpiece, you want to start getting the False Manifesto. The False Manifesto, it says here, after using knockback shot, your primary attack speed is increased by 30% for 6.4 seconds. Alright, so False Manifesto is going to give you that your primary attack speed an extra 30% for 6.4 seconds. And that's why you got to run the False Manifesto as your helm, as your headpiece. Alright, now, next. For your shoulders, you're going to want to go with the Chill Wrath Mantle. Why do you want Chill Wrath Mantle? Because Daring Swing now fires ice arrows at the ground, forming an icy path that continually damages and chills enemies and monsters. Daring Swing damage increased by 18%. That's if you max out your essences. Okay, but if you haven't maxed out your essences, then don't pay attention to that yet. Anyways, yes, Chill Wrath Mantle. So you're gonna get Daring Swing, and you're gonna start freaking icing everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna slow them down, and it's gonna damage them. It's gonna hit them with that continual chill damage, and that's part of it right there. That's part of it's a key component of the build here. Okay, so next after that is gonna be your chest piece. Your chest piece is gonna be, it's a weird name, the Duplicitous Prophetics. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But for your chest piece, you're gonna want to run Duplicitous Prophetics. It says here, knockback shot now causes your primary attack to also fire a blast of wind that knocks enemies away. Alright? So, knockback shot, these two here, the fucking helm and the chest piece, changed the whole meta, right? Before, nobody was running knockback shot. Now everybody's running knockback shot. Alright? So you gotta run knockback shot, and you gotta have legendary items, Legos, that complement knockback shot because of this chest piece alone, and because of the helm. Alright, so Duplicitous Prophetics is the meta right now, and ain't nothing stopping that anytime soon. All right, next we're gonna go with the pants, the legs, the leggings. You're gonna want to go for the pants. You want to go with Scorn Break. All right, Scorn Break will help your daring swing by increases your primary attack speed by 30%. So every time you use your daring swing, now you're getting an increased primary attack speed of 30% for 6.4 seconds. All right, so that complements your primary attack. So the thing about being a demon hunter, it's always about your primary attack. Everything's based upon your primary attack. But more on that later. More on that later. For now, let's continue the last couple legendary items here. Alright, for your main hand, you're going to want to run... You can run two things, actually. You can run either... Where's it at here? Ember Mist. If you're running the smokescreen build, then you're going to want to run Ember Mist. What does Ember Mist do? Ember Mist will now decrease your smokescreen cooldown by 18.6%. Alright, so if you're running smokescreen build, you're going to want to run Ember Mist. If you're not running the smokescreen build, then you're going to want to run the Excavator. If you're running the Impel build, then you're going to swap out the Ember Mist for the Excavator. The Excavator says here, Impel now causes your primary attack to also hurl penetrating knives that deal damage to all enemies that pass through. Alright, so that's a very key part of the Impel build. Right? You pretty much need to have the Excavator if you want to run the Impel build. And I will explain the Impel build also further down the line. But first, I'll be explaining the build that I use, which is that I prefer to use, which is the smokescreen build. Okay? So those are the Legos. Those are the legendary items that you want to run in your PvP build as a demon hunter. Okay, now for your set items, you're going to run... This is nothing new. Some players might say you got to do different stuff, different set items, this and that. They don't really know. Okay? What you really want to do, it's never changed. The set items have never changed. It's always been 4-piece Vithus Urges. 4-piece Vithus Urges. And 2-piece War Rags of Shalbas. Why? Because first, with Vithus Urges, it increases the duration of all beneficial effects on you or your party members by 30%. Okay, that's with 2-piece. 2-piece Vithus will get you that. So you're getting an increased duration on your Vengeance, on your knockback shot, on your smokescreen. You're getting increased duration of all this stuff. All your skills pretty much except the daring swing. 4-piece Vithus Urges gets you an increased target attack speed by 30%. Now this is the most important one. You're getting an increased attack speed of 30% for 3 seconds each time you use a skill to grant a beneficial effect to yourself or party member. Keyword, each time. That means it's not just for 3 seconds, because we're running multiple skills that proc it. That proc the Vithus Urges, alright? The freaking knockback shot procs the Vithus Urges. If you don't know what Vithus Urges is, it's that swirly smoking cloud right there in the bottom of my feet swirling. Okay? The Vengeance skill procs the Vithus Urges as well. And last but not least, the Smokescreen skill also procs the Vithus Urges. Okay, so all 3 of the skills that I'm running here all proc Vithus Urges. Okay? So that's why you got to run Vithus Urges, because you're getting an increased duration time on your skills and an increased attack speed. So what you got to do is just you hit your knockback shot, then when it goes away, You run your vengeance. Then you run your smoke screen. Actually, you don't want to wait. You just want to hit them all, you know, bam, 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 you know, like this. Gotta wait a couple more seconds for the vengeance to get off cooldown. So you pretty much, it's as simple as pie. All you gotta do is just push all the buttons here. That way you're really going at it, you know. That way you just hit him with everything, you know what I'm saying? The most DPS, most damage per second. Okay. So that's why you gotta run the 4-piece Vithus Urges. Some people like to change the build up and all that stuff, and they can do that if they're higher resonance, right? But with higher resonance players, any build works pretty much. So that if you really want something that's going to work for you, maybe you're not a well, maybe you're not a high spender, you're going to want to go with the best possible build, with the correct one, and that's going to be 4-piece Vithus Urges. Okay, so that's why you run Vithus Urges, for the increased duration of your beneficial effects, and for the attack speed increase. Okay, so now after that, after the 4-piece Vithus Urges, now you want to go with the 2-piece War Rags of Shalbas. This one's pretty easy to understand why. Primary attack damage increased by 15%. Okay, remember, as a demon hunter, your whole kit pretty much is based off your primary attack. We live and die by our primary attack as a demon hunter. So you have to have everything possible to help your primary attack, and that's why a 2-piece War Rags of Shalbas is still better than any other 2-piece out there. Alright, so that's what it is. Primary attack damage increased by 15%. That's the War Rags of Shalbas. Okay, so I explained the Lego items. I explained the set items. Next, let's go to the skills. These are going to be your skills. Let's start with the first one here. Well, actually, first let's start with the primary attack one. This is pretty self-explanatory. Since day one, since launch, your primary attack should always be crossbow shot. Alright, what is crossbow shot? It says shoot an arrow for 9.7k to 13k damage while moving at reduced speed. Keep in mind that the numbers in green, the damage numbers in green, are subject to change depending on your resonance. So you shoot an arrow, it deals damage while moving at reduced speed. Okay. From the offhand, wait a minute, did I even explain the offhand? Shit. My bad, everyone. Let me explain the offhand real quick. It's a reservist sidearm that I forgot the name of it. Shit. Where we leave off at? We left off at the main hand. That's right. I didn't talk about the offhand. All right. Last but not least, for your Legos, for your last Lego piece, you want to get the theory of retribution. The theory of retribution. Why? Because it says here, crossbow shot now deals 6.6k additional damage whenever it hits the enemy 3 times. So you're getting extra damage off your primary attack, the crossbow shot, every time you're hitting an enemy 3 times. And it's so easy to hit the enemy 3 times because all your skills you're going at you're pretty much shooting a machine gun of arrows at them. You see, so that's gonna hit them more than 3 times, multiple times. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the one you want to run. You want to run the theory of retribution on your offhand. Alright, now back to the skills. Yeah, so first here the first skill you want to be running is knockback shot. Alright? Knockback shot here. It says here, fires a bolt of shadowy energy that deals 13.7k damage and knocks enemies away. Enemies knocked into obstacles will be stunned for 3 seconds. when you equip the meta chest piece, the knockback chest piece. Now it's freaking becomes wind shear. Knockback shot now causes your primary attacks to also fire a blast of wind for 5 seconds, dealing 4.5k damage and knocking enemies away. The same enemy cannot be knocked away more often than once every 3 seconds. Overall effect cannot occur more often than once every 12 seconds. Alright, that was from the chest piece. Now with the helm Lego, now after using the additional effect here is, after using knockback shot, your primary attack speed is increased by 30% for 6.4 seconds. Alright, so the chest piece is going to help your knockback shot activate wind shear, and your helm is going to give your primary attack speed 30% after using increased by after using knockback shot. Your primary attack speed is increased by 30% when you use the helm for 6.4 seconds. So this is knockback shot right here. It procs the Vithu's urges, and now you're getting the wind shear. Now you're getting the wind shear. Alright, so that's a knockback shot skill. It's the new meta. It's now the new meta replacing multi-shot. Vengeance. What does Vengeance do? Vengeance is a buff. Active. It's an active. Transform into the physical embodiment of Vengeance for 6 seconds, causing every primary attack to launch two additional shots for 2.4k damage each. Its passive is gain 3% movement speed for each nearby enemy, stacking up to 10 times. Alright? So, every primary attack will launch 2 additional shots. Every primary attack to launch 2 additional shots. So you're getting 2 additional shots every time you shoot your primary attack, which it's going to keep on going. You know what I'm saying? And the passive is you're going to get some more movement speed by 3% for each nearby enemy, and it stacks up to 10 times. This is the staple skill since day one, the staple buff that you want to have in your skill order, in your skill wheel. You gotta have the Vengeance. Alright, Smokescreen. What does Smokescreen do? It's another buff. Right? So in our kit here, in our skill wheel here, we already have 1 buff, 2 buffs, so we're running 2 buffs here. Smokescreen is the next one. Smokescreen here says, create a cloud of thick smoke at your location, concealing you and nearby allied players for 2.5 seconds. Concealed targets may not be attacked. Each ally will lose concealment when they attack. And then from the main hand Ember Mist, now the Smokescreen cooldown will be decreased by 18.6%. Alright, so that's why we run the Ember Mist Legos. That's why we run the Ember Mist Lego main hand, to decrease our cooldown time for the Smokescreen. Alright, so this is Smokescreen. This is what it looks like when you're invisible. Smokescreen pretty much means you're invisible. Okay, but keep in mind, as soon as you start attacking, you're gonna turn the Smokescreen off right away. See? I'm invisible, but then as soon as I attack, the enemy will be able to see me. So you gotta be careful. Smokescreen is perfect for when you want to escape from a bad situation, to go and heal up and reset, or you can use Smokescreen and become an assassin. And let's say the enemy was right here, and then you can just go from the behind them, or you can go to the side and start shooting them. You know what I'm saying? It's the ultimate assassin skill move, because they can't see you. Though I think the wizards have a Lego where they can see everybody, even with even the players that are invisible. So keep that in mind. But I don't think every wizard's running it anyway. So that's the Smokescreen. Alright, last but definitely not least is Daring Swing. It's a controlled dash skill. It says here, use a rope to swing to a nearby location, dealing 12 K damage to enemies on the way while they cannot attack you. Maximum 2 charges. Alright, now by adding the icy the Chill Wrath Mantle shoulders, these shoulders right here, by adding these shoulders, now your Daring Swing now fires ice arrows in the ground, forming an icy path that continually damages and chills. So you're getting continual damage out of it, and you have a status effect. You're CCing, you're crowd controlling them with a chill effect. And this is what the icy path Daring Swing looks like. Alright, that's like a whole icy path. Any opponent that's on there, it's either gonna slow them down, it's gonna chill them, and it's gonna start damaging them with it's gonna start hitting them with that continual damage. It's perfect for attacking all in, and it's perfect for escaping. And that's why you run the Daring Swing. It's better than Escape. You don't really want to use Escape. A lot of other players, well, not a lot of them, but some players, they like to run Escape also. Believe me, guys, Escape isn't the skill you want to be using. You just want to be using Daring Swing. Of course, Escape can work also, but that's only if you're a high resonance player, you know. And again, with high resonance players, pretty much you can put any build you want and it's gonna work anyway. So Daring Swing is the go-to dash skill that you want to run as a demon hunter. Alright, let's talk about the skill order. Alright, my skill order is from the top to the bottom, right? I mean from the bottom to the top, right? I have my knockback shot. That'll be my first skill that I use. My Vengeance. That will be the second skill that I use in my offense. Then of course, the Smokescreen. Now Daring Swing could be used also for offense as well, and to dash in and out. So how do you piece it all together, you know? It's simple, you know. You start with knockback shot, Vengeance, and Smokescreen like this. Knockback shot, Vengeance, Smokescreen, and you just start shooting everything. Or you could just use knockback shot and Vengeance. Wait till the Vitu's Urges expires like this. Once the Vitu's Urges expires, then you can start shooting your primary attack, crossbow shot. The main thing is you always want to attack. Fuck, man. You always want to attack when your Vitu's Urges is swirling. When your Vitu's Urges is activated, that's the only time when you should be attacking. What does Vitu's Urges also do? Vitu's Urges also, while you're in Vitu's Urges, your Daring Swing will be faster. That Daring Swing was way faster than this Daring Swing. Does Daring Swing proc Vitu's Urges? Let's find out. Would you look at that? Daring Swing now also procs Vitu's Urges. You see, so all of your skills are proccing Vitu's Urges, you know, for that attack speed and increased beneficial duration time. So that's what it is. You have to run 4-piece Vithus Urges and 2-piece Shalbas. You know, it's the standard. Okay, so I explained the Legos. I explained the set items. I explained the skills. I explained the skill order. Right? You want to have your knockback shot first, your vengeance second, your smokescreen third, and your daring swing fourth. You don't want to have your first swing last, and you don't want to have your second swing, your second skill. You don't want to have your first skill last, and you don't want to have your second skill first. Right? Keep it simple. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4. Knockback shot first. Vengeance second. Smokescreen third. And daring swing last. Okay? And that's the skill order. Alright? But wait. What if you're running Impel? What if you're running the Impel build? Right? Because there's two builds. One is more offensive and one is more defensive. If you're going to run the Impel build, this is the Impel PvP build. All you're doing now, you're going to just swap out the smokescreen and replace it with Impel. Now, what is Impel? Impel is another skill. As you can see, the smoke screen's gone. Alright, I replaced it with Impel, the Impel skill. What is Impel? Impel is this shit right here. It's a damage skill. It says rapidly throw knives in a direction, continually dealing 4.6k damage to all enemies caught in the barrage. Using Impel slowly consumes its energy, which recovers while Impel is not in use. But now that you have the Shadow Blades excavator Lego, which is this one right here, right? We replaced Ember Mist with the excavator to now give our Impel Shadow Blades. Impel now causes your primary attack to also hurl penetrating knives that deal damage to all enemies they pass through. Okay, so this is what the skill looks like now. As you can see, the fucking blades are now red, and you're getting the shadow blades. These red things right here. Those are the shadow blades. But do they proc Vithus Urges? Let's find out. They do proc Vithus Urges. Again, this is what Impel looks like with the Shadow Blades Excavator main hand. But it looks like the Vithus Urges aren't really that much longer compared to a buff skill, for example. Actually, this is another damage skill. Let's see if the Vithus Urges procs for that long. Yeah, this one goes really much faster. I mean, much slower than this one. This Vithus Urges only goes for like a couple seconds, whereas the Vengeance one, that's gonna last much longer. But either way, the fucking Impel does proc Vithus Urges, as you can see. So when would you use the Impel build over the smokescreen build? You want to prioritize the Impel build if you don't care about going invisible. If you're more of a higher res player and you can get away with a lot of stuff, then you can go with the Impel build for more damage, right? But for the lower res players, I recommend not to use this build and to use the smokescreen build instead. You just think this: smokescreen build for lower res players to give you a higher chance to survive. Impel build if you're a higher res player, if you want to deal more damage. Or you can use the smokescreen build also if you're a higher res player, also if you want to increase your survivability as well. It all depends on what you want. It all depends on what your preference is and your play style in the battleground. Do you want more survivability, more chance of surviving? Go invisible with the smokescreen. If you want to deal more damage and you really don't care about going invisible, turning invisible, then go with Impel. Me, since I'm lower resonance, I'm a low resonance player at under 1,000 resonance. My main PvP build is going to be the smokescreen version. All right, so that covers the skills. Next is going to be your Reforged Stones. Let's talk about Reforged Stones. Let me salve all this shit real quick here. Reforged Stones. Okay, your Reforged Stones, you're going to want to run 3. You want to go for the Vengeance set. What is the Vengeance set? Your primary attacks have a 2% chance to increase all damage you deal by 100% for 1 second. Alright, as you know, as a demon hunter, primary attacks is our main focus. So anything for your primary attack is good. But once you're able to go for the 4th Reforged Stone, then you can go for increased primary attack damage. Right? Maybe actually in the beginning you should go for the Wildfire Stones. Right? Wildfire Stones are these right here. Yeah, so first off, when you're a new player, matter of fact, you should be going for 2 things. 2 must-haves. The 2 stones you want to get is primary attack damage increase from your Wildfire Stone and attack speed increase from the Vengeance Stone. But when you want to create a set, then you want to go for the Vengeance set if you want that family bonus. Because the Wildfire family bonus gives you 2% chance to summon a Hydra, and you don't need that shit, you know. But in the beginning, if you're just running 3 Reforged Stones, go for the Wildfire primary attack damage and the Vengeance Stone attack speed and damage to players. Those 3 right there are the must-haves right there. Again, it's damage to players, primary attack speed, and attack speed. That's what those are the Reforged bonuses that you want to go for. All right, so that covers the Reforged Stones. Let's cover the let's talk about the Curse Purifying Stones, the shards, the Curse Purifying Shards. What do you pick when you're for your curse properties, for your positive curse properties? You want to go with either 6-piece Tortured, or 6-piece Detested. Right now I'm probably gonna run 6-piece Tortured once I get it. I prefer 6-piece Tortured. You can get 6-piece Tortured. That's probably the best one, because that works with your Daring Swing. Right? 6-piece Tortured says leave a trail of lurid flames behind you when you use the dash skill. The flames last for 3 seconds and deal 36% of your damage per second to any enemy caught in its path. Effect cannot occur more often than once every 30 seconds. 4 pieces of Tortured gives you enemies in for flames are immobilized. So now you're getting a crowd control effect, a CC effect. 4-piece 4 pieces does that, and then 6 pieces, now it increases your immobilization CC to 2 seconds. So 6-piece tortured is the general logic. But if you don't have that, let's say you have this one next then. The tested. The tested is you're gonna get, what is 2-piece gets you? Create a dark void beneath you that lasts for 6 seconds when you use a skill that causes loss of control. Enemies take 24% of your damage every second they remain within the area. Effect cannot occur more often than once every 90 seconds. You see, once every 90 seconds, I don't like that. That's too much time. That's too much time, right? But if you don't have the 6-piece tortured, or if you don't have any tortured pieces, if you roll a detested, then just take the detested instead, you know. But once every 90 seconds, that's too much. It says here, if you have 4-piece detested, damage dealt to enemies in the void is increased by 6%. 6 pieces will now increase the damage done to the enemies in the void by 12%, right? So that's pretty good as well. But if you can prioritize getting 6-piece tortured. If you can't, then prioritize getting 6-piece detested, or you can do a mixture of both. That way you have a chance to do both positive properties. You can go 4-piece tortured, 2-piece detested, 4-piece detested, 2-piece tortured. It's whatever you can roll pretty much. Alright, so that's going to be the Reforged Stones and the Cursed Purification Shards. Alright. I can't talk about all the gems I noticed in my Necromancer Necromancer PvP guide. In my Necromancer Ultimate PvP guide, I didn't cover the gems. I forgot to cover the gems. Alright? I'm not going to explain what all the gems do because that'll take forever. Right? But the gems that I'm using, I'm running Carson's Invigoration. I'm running Berserker's Eye, Everlasting Torment, Power and Command, Bloody Reach, and Fervent Fang. Alright, so that means I have 3 1-star gems and 3 2-star gems. Okay, 3 1-star gems and 3 2-star gems. My 1-star gems are all rank 10, and they are awakened. And my 2-star gems are all rank 5. And that's what I got. That's how I'm able to do what I do in the battlegrounds. 3 rank 10 1-star gems that are awakened, and 3 5-star gems. I mean 3 2-star gems. I said the words that shouldn't be said, right? I'm not running 5-star gems, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? No, I'm not running 3 5-star gems. I'm running 3 2-star gems. All right, and they're only at rank 5. So you really don't need to spend that much to get rank 10, 3 rank 10 1-star gems and 3 2-star gems to rank 5. You really don't need to spend that much. You can possibly just free to play it, minus the awakenings. You can pretty much free to play and upgrade this shit. You see what I'm saying? So for those who are curious, that's what I run as my gems. Now if you want a detailed explanation on what the gems do, I recommend going to the shop, to the market I should say. The market here, Dia's market. You go to services and you go to legendary gems, and then these will all give you the description of the gems that I listed in this video. I would say the first gem you want to upgrade to rank 10 is Carson's Invigoration for any demon hunter. And I'm not going to explain what they all do because that'll take forever. Alright? And that's it, y'all. That is the ultimate PvP Demon Hunter guide. From the evil Demon Hunter King himself. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And that's it, y'all. This is a long one. Holy shit, man. This video took forever. We're talking about 40 minutes long. I could have explained it probably in half the time, but since it's Demon Hunter, I wanted to freaking give you guys the most comprehensive Demon Hunter guide to date. Currently, May 31st, 2023. And yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. That was the ultimate Demon Hunter PvP guide from yours truly. And that's it. Alright, y'all. It's your boy SurgicalSnipes, the evil Demon Hunter King. The true #1 Diablo player in the whole fucking world. Hell, some might even dare to say that I'm Diablo himself.